Hello, Duoscape here, and today I have a Runescape 3 AFK money making tutorial using Legacy Combat. If you are looking for frequent Runescape 3 guides, money making videos, and other tips and tricks, consider subscribing to the channel for your fix of Runescape videos. Now let's get into the guide. We're going to be killing Capsarius in your player-owned Slayer dungeon. If you already know this method, I'd recommend staying around so that I can show you how to maximize your kills per hour alongside the true profit per hour at Capsarius. This method will show you how to obtain over 1200 kills an hour by guaranteeing that you one-shot the Capsarius. The requirements for this method are 99 Slayer to enable access to the player-owned Slayer dungeon. You will also need 5 Ishtabis unless you have a friend who is willing to let you use their dungeon. On screen is the setup that I recommend using for this method. The Decimation is the weapon of choice as it has the fastest firing speed on Legacy whilst ensuring a KO on the Capsari. This must be augmented with Ruthless 3, which adds an additional 7.5% damage, and Precise 6 for even more bonus damage. The armor that I am using is Anima Core of Zamorak. Armadyl or Pernix would also work fine here. It is important to have Scavenging 4 on the armor as it will net you on average an additional 1.8 million GP an hour. In order to sustain yourself, we will be using a Farsight Blood Necklace. If you do not have this one, a Blood Fury amulet works fine as well. Holy aggro overloads are important for prayer points and maintaining the aggression. If you want this to be even more AFK, I would recommend bringing potion reservoirs. You also want to bring a spring cleaner and magic note paper to clean up the alchable drops on the floor and note the key drops. Finally, an Excalibur and Ancient Elven Ritual Shard are used to upkeep your prayer points and hit points. If you do not have the shard, I'd recommend bringing a few prayer potions. Before you can start this method, you need to first collect 5 souls from the Ascension dungeon located just north of the Ooglu lodestone. At level 99 Slayer, you have a 1 in 500 chance off task of receiving a soul, and this is further increased to a 1 in 308 chance on task. This can further be boosted by using the Cursed Sand to create a Cursed Ustabi, and by upgrading the Corrupted Slayer helmet. If you have 120 Slayer, you can obtain these souls significantly quicker at a rate of 1 in 41 with all of the boosts. The green numbers on the screen represent the rates for using the Cursed Sand, whilst the red numbers represent the rates that you'll obtain the souls using all of the boosts available in the game. In the description is a link to a calculator on the wiki to work out your drop rate based on your Slayer level. There are 6 Capsaris located relatively close together. Just simply rotate between these, taking the route I do until you receive all 5 souls, then simply place these souls in your small room in the personal owned Slayer dungeon. In order to maximize your kills per hour and guarantee the one shot, you must be able to hit 375 as your minimum hit. To test this, simply go to the combat dummies at Wars and select minimum hit mode. By using the equilibrium aura and leech range strength, I am able to hit 365. Add the 7.5% boost from Ruthless 3 onto this, and you can one hit kill the Capsaris every single time. Now let's take a look at some of the notable drops. The most lucrative drop that you are looking for are the Ascension Keystones, which since range has become the meta for most bosses have shot up in price alongside their crossbow counterparts. The spring cleaner drops such as battle staves and salvage also add a decent chunk to your hourly profits. I'd also recommend having a permanent gold accumulator, however it is not the end of the world if you don't have this, because these only drop around 200,000 gold pieces an hour. In addition to this, if you use a legendary familiar, you will obtain a considerable amount of noted pure essence, ascension shards and U-logs, which believe me, over time these add up. On screen now is a tool that I have made to help you track the true profit you can expect to receive when using this method. This will be linked in the description below so that you can manually input your kills per hour to see how much you will make. Here is an example of how much you will make an hour using this method. You should expect over 11.5 million GP an hour. If you include Scavenging 4 and XP capacitors, this shoots up to just over 14 million an hour. This is especially useful for Ironman as it enables you to track all of the resources you will obtain during the course of this grind. It will also help decide whether or not you want to start the grind in the first place for your Ascension crossbows. On average, you will need to kill 38,400 Capsari to complete your crossbow set, which will take roughly 32 hours to complete using this method. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. If you found this guide useful, feel free to leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe to keep up to date on the best money making methods in Runescape. As always, your feedback is highly appreciated, and thank you so much for all of the support on my previous videos. Thanks for watching.